Wild at Heart, 1990 movie from director David Lynch, starring Nicolas Cage, Laura Dern, Willem Dafoe, Diane Ladd and Isabella Rossellini. It was nominated for a single Oscar, Best Supporting Actress for Diane Ladd, and won Cannes Festival that year. The film opens with Sailor and Lula, stupid names, Nicolas Cage and Laura Dern respectively, being attacked by a guy with a knife. Sailor ends up killing him very violently and going to prison for it. When he's released after a time skip, he immediately reunites with Lula and they go on this cross-country road trip in order to be free, be independent, experience their young love, have lots of sex and dance and be wild. But on their trail are various weird assassins and other strange characters sent by Lula's mother, who, as we learn, was behind the initial attack because one, she doesn't want Sailor's bad influence on Lula, and two, she suspects Sailor was a witness to a terrible crime that she committed, so she wants him gone. So it's, as usual, a very Lynchian film, which is to say it's strange and unusual and has a certain disconnect from reality, from grounded reality. Lynch, in his works, seemed to always be interested in the idea of the traditional 1950s Americana, nice families, nice houses, kind and polite society, which just underneath it would have evil boiling up and eventually coming to the surface. His movies always, and Twin Peaks to an extent, always feel like this beautiful dream with a terrible nightmare right behind it, right below it. And this one is no different. And more specifically, I think it's about pushing the idea that the people we or society would initially consider to be bad or rotten, Sailor and Lula, who are both, dressing in trashy ways, listening to metal music, having tons of sex, being, generally speaking, very free in their lifestyle, that these people turn out to be the most moral and kind of them all. Throughout the film, they prove with their behavior towards each other and other people that they have morality and goodness in them, whereas the people we would expect to be nice and the backbone of the so-called polite society, these people are actually demons in disguise, corrupt and evil. Now, that idea is interesting, but it all hinges on whether you vibe with Lynch's style, and I never really did. So the movie didn't wow me. It was rather mediocre for me. I always struggle with the strange characters and offbeat situations and the cartoonish depictions of violence and sex and in Lynch's works, and this is no exception. I think, Cage was at the phase of his career where he was still sort of strangely torn between a traditional leading man and a weirdo character actor that he would later fully embrace. Laura Dern is very good. I think she's the heart of the film. Willem Dafoe is fucking obnoxious as Bobby Perro, in a good way. He really sort of he plays a very icky character and gives a really memorable performance. As for Diane Ladd, I have to say I don't know what's up with the Oscar win, because to me she was cartoonish and over-exaggerated. She never seemed to me like a real person. I also wasn't a fan of the constant references to the Wizard of Oz, because I don't think that they fit thematically with the story, aside from just the idea of someone pretending to be someone else, someone that they're not. But that's far-fetched in my opinion. The gratuitous sex, or as some people call it, gratuitous sex scenes, were fine for me, because I don't really think, if you think about them, I don't think they are gratuitous. I think they do serve a narrative purpose. But the gratuitous violence, on the other hand, not so much. I think that felt cartoonish, especially the bank robbery sequence. Or I think it's not even a bank, it's a grain shop or something. But the robbery sequence did feel like another example of Lynch trying to imagine what violent crime and violent criminals are like, but having sort of no frame of reference because of his own personal innocence. So, not really a movie for me. I can understand people liking it more if they like the style of David Lynch, but again, I generally don't, so I won't be coming back to this one.